I'm Lisa Leiter. This past June, Westchester-based Corn Products International changed its name to Ingredion to better describe its business. That follows the company's biggest acquisition ever, the $1.3 billion buyout of National Starch in 2010. The company's stock recently hit a 52-week high, and Chief Executive Ilene Gordon says she's looking for more deals in growing markets like Asia and Eastern Europe. I recently sat down with her and began by asking about the company's name change and whether its goals have been achieved.
Well, it's gone very well. In fact, when we announced our name change last spring and made it official in June 1st in North America, we really were trying to send a message that we are an ingredient company and that the name better reflects our business model, and that as an ingredient company, we're delivering value to our customers. And so our customers have really been very excited about it.
2 years ago, you completed your biggest deal ever, the acquisition of National Starch for $1.3 billion. How much has it added to sales, and how is that integration going?
Well, it's interesting because Corn Products had revenues of about $3.9 billion. National Starch had the $1.3 billion, and so the two together, today we're actually, last year we were over $6.2 billion. So we've not only integrated the acquisition and as one company as Ingredion, but we've been able to grow the company globally as we deliver more valued solutions to our customers. So again, we become more global with the acquisition because it brought us not only specialty starches and broadened our portfolio, but it brought us a strong position in Europe and helped us double our sales in Asia. So it was both broadening the portfolio and expanding our geographic position to today be almost a $7 billion company.
You recently talked about doing more acquisitions. When can we expect some announcements there? You talked about Asia and Eastern Europe.
We're now looking at how do we take our strategic blueprint, which hasn't changed in the last 3 years, and take it to the next levels. So bolt-ons are one opportunity for us, and yes, we are looking at Asia, Eastern Europe for geographic expansion, as well as looking at broadening our portfolio for other ingredients that will make us more important to our customers, again focused on sweeteners and the texturizers for important food products. So we're looking, and again, we're looking for the right value proposition.
The stock recently hit a 52-week high. What do you attribute the run-up to?
Well, I think that our investors and shareholders are seeing that not only do we have a strong business model where we're creating value every day as we take raw materials and process them and come out with valuable solutions, but that we're building on our strategic blueprint and we're growing the company.
Are you going to be doing hiring in 2013 domestically and more specifically in this area?
Well, we're always looking for opportunities to add people from around the world to particular locations. We also look to make internal promotions an important part of our company. And so we haven't committed to any particular growth of people in whether it's in Chicago or around the world. But again, as we grow our facilities and make them more important, we look at those opportunities. Now, in Chicago, we have our global headquarters in Westchester, just outside Chicago, and one of our largest facilities is in Bedford Park. And we've expanded that facility by bringing some modified starch and investment to the facility. So naturally, we're always looking for good people to grow our company.
Corn prices spiked last summer. You have hedging programs. How well did they perform? Were you able to pass along those costs to your customers?
Well, we're in the middle of our contracting, and so we don't comment a lot on that. But I will say that we have felt confident that we'll be able to get the corn that we need because we globally procure raw materials from around the world. And so, again, we've always had a global procurement system to move corn around. As an example, we actually ship corn from North America to Korea, and we actually ship from the U.S. down to Colombia. So we're using those processes to make sure that we're able to procure corn. And with our business model, we basically buy the raw materials and then we pass it on to the food companies.
There's a lot of talk that prices may spike again in the spring. I mean, of course, you know, it's weather dependent and we'll see what happens, but do you feel like you're in a good position with your programs to be able to withstand another spike in corn prices similar to last summer?
Well, we work very closely with the food companies, again, to help make them successful in creating value for consumers. And that's why most of the food companies really are spending a lot of energy on innovation. And all of the major food companies, certainly they're in the midst of trying to pass on ingredient increases to the basic consumer. But at the same time, they believe that if they have innovative new products for both the North America community as well as globally, that they can win. And that's why they work very closely with companies like ours to really come up with those solutions for those new food products.
All right. Well, thank you so much for joining us. We appreciate it.
Thank you for the opportunity.